What's up, everybody? My name is Matt Bruni. You can find me at Sports Fanatic MB, as it shows right there, and I am one of the co-founders of the Campus to Canton website, which you guys are hopefully sitting on as you watch this video, or you're at the YouTube channel. Thank you very much. Make sure to hit the subscribe button, as we're going to have a ton of content coming toward you guys, based solely for Campus to Canton league. So my goal here today is to show you guys, or at least explain to you, how to set up a Campus to Canton league, or as many refer to it as a C2C league. It's easier sometimes to say C2C than Campus to Canton. It is a deeper form of Devy in which each owner has two teams that they manage simultaneously. So you're working on a college side and an NFL side. Your roster sizes can be varied between both sides. We'll get to that side as we go through the Fantrax side, which is kind of the only side you can use right now, unfortunately. Or I shouldn't say unfortunately, but the only side that you can really use to do the college side at the moment. It is currently comprised solely of college players on the campus side, though, and you cannot use FCS players for the most part because they're not in Fantrax. Now, if that's something you guys want to set up through your league, you can do that. Again, that's something we'll touch on later. And then, obviously, on the Canton side or the NFL side, it is your typical NFL roster. However, unlike typical Devy leagues, your roster of college players will accrue weekly fantasy points. As I mentioned, you're playing out that side and that side. Most people have it set up. On the college side, you can win that national championship, just like on the NFL side, you win your Super Bowl. So you are playing out the fantasy side on both sides of the league, which makes it so much fun. It makes it, you're invested on Saturdays, or really with college football, Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays, because there's college games on every single day. But again, it creates two separate championships where you can win the college side and the NFL side. And what makes it even more interesting is once that player graduates from college, they move directly onto your Canton roster or your NFL side. So anybody you have on the college side automatically goes onto the NFL side, which makes it a ton of fun. Drafting and other nuances in the league can be changed depending on bylaws, how managers want to do the leagues. There's a ton of different options you can do for that. There's still a rookie draft in the NFL on every side, even though you're moving over, upwards. You could have technically a whole college side go into the NFL, which is 30 players. You still have FCS players, which, again, as I mentioned, are not in Fantrax. So like this year, as an example, or the year of 2020 or 2021 draft, you have Trey Lance is not owned on any of the Fantrax sides because they don't have FCS players. So obviously in your rookie draft, you would have him. There's the rare guys that last year, Clyde Edwards-Helaire and Joe Burrow were owned, not in Devy leagues, they would not have been. So there's definitely a wide variety of subsets of rules that can be used as well on the Campus to Canton side. Obviously you can use IDPs, tight end premium. Most campus sides you're going to see are super flex. I do think that's the way Dynasty is moving toward anyways. Go back a couple years ago, not many people were playing in super flex leagues, where now that kind of seems to be the standard. And in most campus leagues, I would think you've got at least super flex. Some do 3, even 4 quarterbacks can be played because of the depth. You're looking at 120 different schools. So you got 120 quarterbacks, and obviously your league size can change as well. So again, most Canton sides have to be set up through Fantrax right now. It's really the only site that you can use for college. So what I'm going to do now here is share my screen with you guys so that I can show you guys how this will work. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to minimize myself here so that I can get Fantrax up on here as the whole page here. So I'm going to be honest with you guys while I'm doing this. It might not work because Fantrax has kind of been down here. But what you do is you go to the NCAA side and you click on here. Let's see here. All features. Pretty sure all this. So it may not even let me set up. But what it would do usually is pop up a little thing here that says, create a new league, copy a league. And what is great about this is if you have a copy, and I will be honest, you guys can reach out to me at Sports Fanatic MB. You can go to our website. There's ways to reach us on there through the forums as well. I have no issue whatsoever giving you guys the info to copy one of the leagues that I have, and I will kind of bring up here and go into my all current and past leagues here. So one of the ones that I'll bring up, the program, if you guys follow me on Twitter, you guys might have seen stuff about that. That's a very deep, different league. But I'll bring up the Revenge of the Nerds here because this is a little bit different. Your usual, typical kind of campus league here. So go into, let's see here, guys. I'm going to figure out how to do this because I am not the commissioner of this league. So come in here and you can see this stuff. So typical head-to-head points, there's 12 teams. Again, there are a lot of ones that do more than that. I'm in one that's 14, 16, double copy, where you have 24 teams, which is what the program is. We've got 12 teams one side, 12 teams on the other. You can own the same players. It's a whole thing. There's so many different iterations you can do with it that makes it so much fun. But you got same thing. Really, it's the same thing as the NFL side. The difference comes in here is right here. So I'm going to highlight this so hopefully you guys can see. Maximum player of 45. The college side is extremely deep, and you can go less than that. But a lot of guys that I know and a lot of ones that I'm in, it's 40 to 45 man rosters, because the biggest thing with college that will hurt you is that they do not have to announce when or how a player is injured. So you may not find out till like 5 minutes before game time that a player is out. So that's why a lot of these leagues will have the bigger roster sizes. So I would suggest going up around this mark. And you don't have to go to 45, 35 to 45, I think is a fair amount. Got 11 active, maximum of 11 active players, 34. There is transactions in these. So a lot of the ones that I've been in, they limit them. Most of the ones I'm in, you get anywhere from 2 to 4 moves a year, because it's not necessarily like college football, where if you're doing like a redraft where it's just a college, you get your weekly waiver moves just like you would in any redraft or a dynasty league, really. But you want to kind of limit that sum. You want to be able to have these guys paying attention and not be able to just pick up the hot guy every single week. Now, you want to do that, you can. Absolutely. I do know a league that does that. Most of the ones, like I said, I'm in are 2 to 4. But again, this is your league. You're going to want to find out what you and your league mates want to do. And I will suggest that really quick to get off topic here. Whenever you put these leagues together, and again, we have a forum on there. I'll show you guys at the end of the video where you can find people who are looking for C2C leagues, or if you want to join a C2C league, you can go to our forum. You want to make sure that everybody knows what they're getting themselves into, because C2C is, in my opinion, the deepest form of dynasty. It's, again, 35 to 45 man rosters on the college side, and realistically almost the same thing on the NFL side. So you want to make sure these people know what they're getting themselves into, and they're going to be committed, because it does take a lot of work. And that's another reason why people limit the waiver moves that you can do on the college side, because let's be honest, some people have more time to pay attention to the college side than others, and you don't want some people to get an unfair advantage. So you minimize them. Usually it's like the week 4 and week 8, or 2, 4, 6, 8, however you want to do it. Again, if you guys ever need any help, you can reach out to any of us, all of us, the co-founders here, myself, Austin Nace, Colin Decker, Alfred Fernandez, Jarek Backus, Felix Sharp. We are all very well versed in C2C, all more than willing to help you. You can go to our About Me page. It's got all of our Twitter handles on there. You can reach out to us on Twitter, reach out to us in our Discord, reach out to us on the website. We'll be more than happy to help you guys set up leagues, answer any questions you guys have, because we believe it's the best and the most fun format to play in fantasy football. So we want to help grow it as much as possible. So in this league, though, right here, you've got our roster size. 2 quarterbacks, 2 running backs, 3 wide receivers, 1 tight end. And then the way they do flex on here is RWT, which is running back, wide receiver, tight end, 3. Again, you can mix and match that however you want. I always suggest deeper, especially with 120 colleges in there. So 120 teams. You got 45-man rosters. I'm always for bigger roster sizes. That's just our roster size in here. You can mess with it, do whatever you want. Scoring is pretty typical for everything else. -2 fumbles lost, all that stuff you would see on the NFL side. It's not anything major there. It's really not. So outside of that, really, the biggest thing I have with Fantrax that we do not, you can pay for, which I believe makes things a little bit easier. We do not. So trades are a little bit wonky, if I can use the word wonky in here. But once you get it figured out, they're pretty easy to do. Something I can walk you guys through in a different one. So again, here we have 1 free agent claim in this one. You can get a max of 3 free agents in this league. Again, I do it differently. I have 4 different bidding windows, and you can pick up 4 players a year, 45-man roster draft. So again, all pretty much the same thing you would see in an NFL side. So the difference here is, depending on when you do your draft, the freshmen may not be in here. The one thing with Fantrax is they pull their roster straight from college websites. So if you were doing one last year in the 2020 season, I don't know when you may be watching this. So, saying the 2020 season, we obviously dealt with all of everything COVID, and there was a lot of schools that may not have played. Obviously, most conferences ended up playing. Some started earlier than others. So there was at one point Big Ten and Pac-12 schools didn't have their freshmen in till like November. Well, you're not doing a startup draft in November. You're doing it in the summertime. So my suggestion would be to create a Google sheet that you guys can use. You just track it. You pick up. There's going to be low-rated players on there that are not going to get drafted. We usually did like the lowest-rated quarterbacks. You just draft them. You put it in. I'll actually share my screen again. I closed out of it as I thought I was done looking at that, but I can actually pull that up to show you guys how we did it here. But we used a Google sheet to kind of do it, just to give everybody a chance to look at it and do that. So what we did here is you'll see right here, we've got our league bylaws, and it's very easy to put these onto the website. And what we did here is you got your league bylaws, because you're going to go a little bit deeper into bylaws as well for different stuff. You've got your spreadsheet for the placeholders, and then your NFL link. You can click on that, and it goes right to how to do that. We actually have the how to trade video. I might just copy this and make an article and put it in there as well. But again, I'll click on the spreadsheet link here. It should still work even though we did. And this is how we did it. Just come in here. What you do, you place your name of the player that you want, which was Brandon Frazier for Nathan B here. And his placeholder was at the time Devin Asiasi, so on and so forth. Fairly easy, right? And a lot of these guys, you'll see like Denzel Mims. Obviously, he was in the NFL draft, but he hadn't got removed from the system yet. So that's another way you could do it as well. You could draft those players that are still in the system that were already drafted: DeAndre Swift, Van Jefferson, Laviska Shenault, and use those guys as the placeholders as well to make it a little bit easier on you guys. And then the worst part about that is obviously the commissioner is the one that has to go in and replace all those. If you can, I would try and suggest having a co-commission as well. It makes it a lot easier if you have two people running, especially if they can help out with both sides here. So that's really the campus side. Again, I know it sounds like a lot in Fantrax. It does take a little bit of getting used to. Again, feel free to reach out to me on Twitter at any time. I'd be more than willing to help you guys out. And I can help you guys set up the copy link as well. Again, you couldn't see it on that page because Fantrax hasn't moved over to the 2021 season yet. But when you click on creating a new league, it gives you an option to copy a league. All I have to do is give you guys, I believe it's like my ID number for the league, and it gives you all of our rules and settings, and they're already in place. And if you can do that, I would definitely suggest it because it makes setting up everything easier. At that point, you're just adding the people and setting up the draft order. Definitely makes it a lot easier. So from the NFL side, that's pretty much any kind of dynasty league you want. That I think is pretty self-explanatory. I would imagine most of you who are trying C2C for the first time or have done it before have already done a dynasty league. I always prefer setting mine up on MFL. It is my favorite platform. I think it's the best. The way that you can customize it and everything, I think for me is the best. I'm going to pull up MFL here just to give you guys an idea of what I'm talking about. But you can do Sleeper, ESPN, Yahoo. I wouldn't suggest ESPN or Yahoo because I feel like those are a lot harder to kind of navigate and do as well with the C2C. Sleeper's pretty good. I do enjoy Sleeper as well. Sorry, excuse me. I had to cough there. So pulling up my leagues here. Let's see here. I'll just pull up the program here. So again, I like this because the customization alone, like I love that we can do this stuff right here, add all this stuff in here. It's not stuff that you can do. But again, it's very easy. You go in here, everything is set up. MFL is pretty easy to set up if you've done it before. Again, you've got all the rosters here. Again, it's loaded rosters. You're going to have very in-depth rosters here as well. I would suggest the same thing, 30 to 35, and we have it set up in most of the ones that I'm in. When you get a taxi squad for a year, so like say you get 30 guys coming in, which is unlikely. I think at most of the time you may get like 15 guys coming in from your campus side, going on your campus squad. You get a year to decide if you want to keep them. Again, 35-man rosters is still pretty deep. You're still going to have some guys available. Let's see here. So I am actually the commissioner here, so I can actually do this stuff, but let's not do that. Let's look at league. There we go. Rules, league settings. So again, we have it set up 12-man, 35-man rosters, 10 injured reserve, 40 taxi squad. And again, that's just, you can bring those players over from the campus squad. They go down there. You can keep them there for a year if you want. We have it set up to where they can only be on there for a year. You don't have to do it that way if you don't want to. Again, here are starters. We get 11 starters, 2 quarterbacks because it is super flex. You have up to 6 running backs, 7 wide receivers, so on and so forth. It's 11 altogether, and it's all mixed in with pretty much all flex spots if you want. You don't have to. You have to start at least 2 running backs and 3 wide receivers, 1 tight end. You can mix in the rest however you want. Again, I think it's a lot of fun. It's definitely the most fun format. Rookie drafts, they're a little bit different. We've only done a couple. I've only been in one C2C for over a year. Most of the ones I joined this past year, so I haven't gotten through my rookie draft yet. Some of them, the one that I've done as a commissioner, I just go in and import the picks and skip over the people who don't have a player there, and then we just kind of go from there. I think it's easier to just import the players ahead of time and then leave the rookie draft. Ours is 4 rounds. You're likely not even going to have 4 rounds available players unless you do IDP. But if it's just offensive players, you're probably not going to be able to do 4 rounds. So I would just import the players on there or onto the squads and then leave whoever's left available again. And this year in the 2021 draft will be a guy like Trey Lance is going to be the big name. Whoever has the number 1 overall pick is definitely taking Trey Lance, especially in the super flex league because he was not able to be picked up in the Fantrax side for the most part. There are some C2C leagues who allow you that, and you just know you're taking a 0 at that spot all year because you can't play him on the Fantrax side. But again, that is how to set up a league. I think it's a lot of fun. Campus to Canton leagues are very deep. They're immersive. In my opinion, the deepest you can go. There's some Devy leagues that I know go close to that deep. There's one that is done in the industry right now called the Pinnacle of Devy, where they do the same thing. It's like a 100-round draft. It's ridiculous, but I think Campus to Canton, it's the biggest growing format. That's why we have this site. That's why we're excited to get to work and put in the work for you guys to help you guys with this. And again, if you have any questions whatsoever, please reach out to any of us because we are all more than willing to help you guys out. I'm going to give you guys everybody's Twitter handles really quick. You can find me at Sports Fanatic MB as it shows right there. Colin Decker, you can find at C2C Decker. Of course, you can find the website at Campus 2 Canton. You got Austin, you can find at Devi Dietz. Jarek, you can find at Jarek Backus, JerrickBackous. Alfred, you can find at Alfred. Alfred. We'll go with Felix first because I know Felix, at Sharper Review, and then Alfred at Alfred JF. Again, you can find all of these at our About Me page. I will show you guys actually the site really quick because I did promise to do that as well. So I'm going to be honest, as I'm recording this video, the site hasn't gone live yet. So you guys won't be able to actually see anything in there. Let me pull up the website just now. We won't have anything in the classified ads part yet because we don't have anybody on the site actually at the moment because I am recording this, as I mentioned, before we're actually going live so that we can have this available to you guys as soon as you join the site as part of our free content. Here's the site as it looks of now. Things will change, but as you look right over here in the forums, you'll see Find a League. All you got to do is click on that right there. It'll pull you up to this page. It'll be a forum. You'll be able to find leagues, people looking for leagues, people who want to join one. If you're looking to create one, you can post here, say, hey, I'm creating a Campus to Canton league. Who wants to join? And again, you can find us here as well. There will be an About Me page here on here as well as yet to get put up yet, but it will be there. It'll have all of our information as well, so you can reach out to us. So that'll do it right now for the creating a Campus to Canton league. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out to any of us. Hope you guys are enjoying the site, whether it's the free or paid version. Make sure to check out the player metrics tool that Jarek has put together. It is phenomenal. Nobody else in the business has this, and we've got a ton of great YouTube content, live content, articles, rankings, all coming your guys' way. So again, guys, thank you so much for checking out this video and checking out the website, and we hope you guys are enjoying it. Make sure to hit us up if